Good evening and welcome to the nighttime heat right here on this beautiful Wednesday. The program is aired right here on Prime FM 105.5 and also relayed by Radio Gegaman that is in Nimba County, Radio Quatiket in Bon County, and of course Radio Zozo, that's Zozo, no, Radio Urogisi. Yeah, that is in the Lofa County. Also, Witness Radio is also relaying this program. And of course, we heard that AYR in Zaza is also relaying this program tonight. Well, tonight promises to be very, very interesting and fantabulous. We'll be treating the topic. I'm sure you've been hearing about the exiting of some hardcore supporters of the former ruling coalition for democratic change. Why are those people exiting? What we don't know. We'll be asking one of them today. And the latest we heard is Chief Moses Corley. He will be right here in our studio tonight. We'll be talking about that to hear as to why many of them they are exiting. Is it that the CDC is losing relevance? What's happening? Well, my panelists, Moses Sandy and George Kennedy, will shortly join us. So on behalf of the producers and I, we want to welcome you. Please share the show. Again, we are streaming live on our YouTube channel. Just tap a nighttime heat. As soon as you do so, you're going to subscribe and you hit the notification bell. You begin to watch the show on your YouTube channel. Also on our Facebook, again, just tap Nighttime Heat. As soon as you do that, you're going to follow the show and you share the show. We want you to share the show. Tonight promises to be very, very interesting. Share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, hey, your partners can also follow. You know, today marks the another day of Moses Sandy. Sandy been celebrating. I'm sure you've been swamped in a lot of celebrations. So you'll be coming on very, very shortly. So, but George is my name. We'll be right back after the same.
Let's start.
Yes, indeed. We are starting the nighttime heat on this beautiful Wednesday. Well, I'm sure you heard about what other people call abuse of power in Grand Jida County. We heard that the superintendent of the county ordered the arrest of a citizen. He was handcuffed and, in fact, manhandled. How true is it? We'll be hearing from the superintendent very, very shortly. And you've heard also that's been trending that the Chief Justice of our country will be turning 70 years tomorrow. That's going to pave the way for His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka to appoint a new Chief Justice. So we'll be asking you between time as to what do you think? What should the president appoint? Is it any member? Is it one of the members of the bench? Is that what you want, or someone somewhere around not a top-notch lawyer to serve as Chief Justice? We'll be hearing from you very, very shortly. But in the meantime, let's try to connect with the superintendent of Grand Jida County, who understand has been accused of abusing his power. You know, he ordered the arrest of a citizen, handcuffed and malhandled. How true is it? We're trying to speak with Superintendent Alice Grant, a former member of the House of Representatives. Soup, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Now let's see.
Treasury is boiling. The city is increasing and swelling in population. You see jubilant crowds ready to receive their son and daughter Zodri is, yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
intensifying.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the current outlook of the country, what's happening there, the activities. But first, we heard just today about what others called abuse of your power after you ordered the arrest, handcuff of a citizen for reasons best known to yourself. How true is it, sir?
My friend,
Yes, sir.
you know me, I'm a law-abiding person, a former lawmaker. I cannot be a lawmaker and a lawbreaker.
Hmm.
Okay? Yes. But in the same vein, as a member of the executive, I'm empowered to enforce law. Unless people don't understand what the rule of law says, then they will say those things. But again, I'm aware that not everyone is too intelligent or intellectual to understand or what it means to be the leader of the people. So
Hmm.
I'm not a lawbreaker. I'm a former lawmaker. Currently, I'm providing executive leadership over the county as the chief executive officer.
Okay, granted, you are not a lawbreaker, you are a former lawmaker also. But
Yeah.
let's hear from you. What did you do to the citizen, the man who understand you allegedly manhandled or order his arrest?
Well, it depends on who is speaking, but I think we know manhandle him. We did as much as possible to restrain his unruly behavior to constituted authority. We had a situation that people don't understand. Sometimes young people nowadays have become so aggressive for no reason. And we didn't go to him, we didn't target anybody. The target I have in this country as the chairman of the county sanitation task force, am tasked to dealing with dirt. Okay, apart from the work of the city mayor, I am the chairman of the county-wide sanitation task force. So if people see I read some other thing, other people wrote, it's not his job. I don't know who knows what his job is when I'm the chief executive officer of this county. So if they are saying those things, I look at them because it's not everyone that just open their mouth to talk is has that level of intelligence. Some of them use the occasion to expose their level of ignorance. But I'm not going to follow those who are exposing their ignorance and using hatred to think they can get at me. Those guys, those people are behind me. I'll always be a topical man because I'm at the
Okay,
top.
okay, so that's granted. The question I ask: what transpired between you and this gentleman for which he was
And
ordered arrested?
so I was explaining, but
Mhm.
you opted to
No, you are
lay
going
the
another way, so I
premise.
try to bring you
No, I'm
back.
not going another way. I
Okay,
was
go
trying to
ahead
lay the
now.
premise. Unless you have a
Your premise,
predetermined
your
answer,
premise was so long, so I try to cut your premise down. Go
unless you
ahead.
have a pre, unless you have a predetermined answer and you want me to observe it in that manner,
Okay, so
but I'm
please tell
not
us
going
what
to follow
happened.
your predetermined question or answer. So, a
Hello.
situation, yes,
Yes, go ahead.
we had a situation. This entire thing of cleaning up didn't just start now. From last year, we've been doing this. The community, the religious community, it's not only the churches, all of the religious community, we invited them to meeting. Many of you have the last chunk of land in the city center. And if you cannot help us to clean these parcels of land, the city will obviously look dirty at all times. And then people will start calling. Just imagine I was in Morovia, the first group of advanced team that came to the county. They were like, "Oh, Honorable, the city is dirty." When we are just cleaning the city, they don't even understand that rain season has just begun, and with the kind of a fertile soil we have in Grand Jura County, the grass can grow overnight. So cleaning this city, we invited them before and told them, "Look, gentlemen, you have to help us. Let's keep Sweden City clean." We agreed last year, but even now, the churches, the mosques, and others, they're not cleaning their land. They got schools, they are running schools, they got students, they are collecting offering every weekend, every Sunday, but they're not buying those equipment. They got in the schools, they got janitors, people, but the school campuses are often dirty. The land, large chunk of land these people got, they are often dirty. So I went on air and announced, look, we have to do everything that we can do to please keep this city clean. Cali, the Cali compound, They are almost there, I think 30 or 40 acres of land in the middle of the city. We saw this place, and I was passing, I saw the city mayor vehicle was parked there, and saw the city police and other guys. So I said, what's going on? Let me try to get there. When I went there, I saw the environment. So where are the priests? This is it's supposed to be the residence of the priest. How is this compound dirty today? And the young man got up. The compound dirty. Why the people passing a car on a flower? So where is this flower you are talking about? But look at this car. The place where the car is parked. Where is the flower you are talking about? And the young man responded, were very aggressive. So I told him, go show me where, let me see the flower you're talking about. When we're talking about dirt, you're telling me flower. Look at the compound that people are living in. The priests are supposed to be residing here. See the environment. You know? So we're talking serious things, try to trivialize it and making mockery out of us. Why is this supposed to mean? So when he went and couldn't show the outside the city police, I said, okay, then I'll carry him to the police station. He should be charged for disorderly conduct. You can't be doing serious things and then making mockery out of us. And that's how I told the city police to carry him.
Okay, so
and the city police, they had to restrain him. You know, once you don't follow verbal instructions, you have to encounter these people trying to resist the police. Follow the lawful instruction, go with them, and explain yourself.
So
you can't be seen in the open and then or giving that kind of behavior to lawful authority.
Okay, so it's confirmed that you ordered his arrest, right?
I ordered them to take him to the police station. Yes. Take
okay.
Him there. Let him
so
be there. We'll come to talk about it.
It means also when he was arrested, you ordered that they handcuff him and manhandle him.
He was fighting. He was fighting the city police. Is he supposed to do that? The law says it takes lawful instruction. So they have to restrain him to get into the police station. They did just that. And you call that abuse of power?
So do you think it's part of your duty to order the arrest of a private citizen?
Yeah, it's private citizen, of course. Are they not under the law? Who is supposed to enforce the law? Is it not the executive? You don't know that?
So what it would have cost you if you had just maybe informed or alerted the police to come and intervene, then you ordering his arrest?
There were police. Who were elected the police? If I elected the police and they came there, is it not still my instruction?
So is it why you do often, Soup, that if a private citizen maybe went contrary to your orders, you order the person's arrest? Is that what you do?
I am on a constitutional obligation to uphold the law at all times. When there's action that doesn't resemble respect for the rule of law, of course, I have the constitutional mandate to do that, unless you don't know it.
So where is the private citizen now?
Well, the man has been released to to a priest
after he was manhandled.
If you say manhandled, well, it depends on what you say, but I know that's not manhandling.
Well, that was what? How you call him?
I mean, he was lawfully arrested and taken to the station.
Okay.
If you call it manhandle, it depends on your choice of words.
Okay, you said you ordered his arrest, and also you ordered that he's been taken.
Let's talk serious matter now. What you want to drag on? They want to.
No, I'm coming now. I'm coming. So you didn't call me. I'll call you. Soup. Okay. Just give us an idea of how Grand Judah looks tonight.
I already described that to you before, and you try to trivialize it and bring it out.
Soup. Initially, I did call you on the issue of the alleged manhandling of this private citizen. I'm asking you now to give us
Grand Judah County is ready to receive the remains of their son and their daughter, and also receive the president for this. The extraordinary gesture that he's offering to see that our son is giving a dignified reburial after the years of when he was when he died during the war.
Okay, many thanks. So really appreciate your time tonight. Many thanks. Okay, so let me welcome George Kennedy, my one of my co-hosts, panelists. George, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Soba. Thank you. I'm sorry I came.
A few minutes later. But you've listened to the superintendent. He admitted that's been taken rounds on social media that he did, and he admitted, ordering the arrest of the private citizen on grounds that he said the man was. So let's hear from you.
Yes, I think he did the right thing by inviting the rightful authority to take the action. That authority is supposed to use their judgment on their own professional ethics. That is the police. So if someone commits, someone is misbehaving to a senior government official, and that government official did not order his or her personal individuals to beat that person or manhandle that person, but decide to cause the state security, and the state security when they arrested that person, I mean, it's a civil matter. I mean, I know definitely is the right thing to do.
So do you think it's in the authority of the superintendent or a government official to just order the arrest of a citizen?
The word order could be very strong. I think what he did was,
he said he called in the police to arrest the man.
Yes, I think that's it. What the police needs to do now was to find out if this person committed a crime or an offense. Then it's left with the police own judgment to either release the person or incarcerate him for prosecution. But I thought that the superintendent did the right thing by not calling his personal bodyguards to take on the action. He called the state security. I thought, especially the police, not the army, but the police.
Okay.
I thought that's the right thing to do. Yeah.
Okay. So the Chief Justice turned 70 years tomorrow. This paves the way for the president now, His Excellency Josephine Maboaka, to find a new Chief Justice. I just want to put it to the public briefly, but where do you stand? What do you think? You think who's best suited to serve in that? A member of the bench, or did you find somebody from outside?
There are a lot of good lawyers in the country that can occupy that space and that position. I thought experience showed that most of them can come from the bench because they have experience on the bench. But with the current status, I could be looking at outside probably. Some people.
Why do you call it current status? You don't think any member of the bench there do have the probity to come in to serve as a Chief Justice?
They do, but you know what really sometimes can be discouraging about our judiciary is the institution has to be very, very independent. It will become political at times, and that's what sometimes can take away the real element of trust. And most often, the controversies that have faced the judiciary, sometimes somebody could say they need some fresh ideas, some fresh minds to go.
So your suggestion is quite necessary to find somebody from outside.
Somebody from outside,
and a member of the bench. Okay,
Yeah,
so listeners, let's hear from you. What do you stand? 0778. Let me call the number so that we can hear from you quickly. What do you stand? The president should be finding a new Chief Justice. Should the president appoint somebody from the bench, or should the president look out there? Like the candidate said, the guy's on top-notch lawyer. The president should look out there for somebody to succeed. Shannon, what do you think? 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. Where do you stand? Let's hear from you. Should the president appoint somebody from outside or someone from just on the bench to serve as a Chief Justice for the country? Where do you stand? Is that what you want? 788-0784 0778 rather 460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. Let's take the first call on the line quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, in my own opinion,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I'm Jose Simon calling from Kabila.
Okay.
Okay, in my own opinion, I believe that the whole Supreme Court bench have been compromised.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a need that the president takes somebody from us to kind of occupy that position.
Okay. The president should take somebody from outside to occupy the position. Okay. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Let's take this call up. Good evening.
Good evening, Papa.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Your co-panelist, the studio.
Okay.
Well, this is the voice of Christian Pray for anybody, and I do call you from the swamp of Toho community on the Babuwe Avenue in Toho community.
Okay.
Well, let me appreciate you for this open discussion, and I also want to say this to you and your co-panelists that I think, in my mind, that the president to make a decision by picking someone from the bench, because the Supreme Court is not just from an individual coming from outside who does not know the issue and the many operands of the Supreme Court before coming in. I think those guys are there, understand the process and the proceeding of the Supreme Court. So he should do a selection from there. And I think what the superintendent said is very clear that he ordered the security apparatus to mass handle the individual that allegedly insulted him or commit a crime that he was present. And I think it's wrong. As a superintendent of the county, you could call attention of the security apparatus to intervene. But for you giving order to them to manhandle him, it was wrong on his part. Thank you so much for putting the opportunity.
Okay, let's take another call on the line quickly. 0887-460-793. Again, 0887-460-793. That's the number to 0778 rather. 460-793. 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. And you are live. Where do you stand? The Chief Justice turns 70 tomorrow. Should the president appoint someone to succeed or someone for the bench, or should the president look outside to find somebody else to succeed the current Chief Justice as she retires? Again, 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. That's the number to call, and you are live. Let's take this call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening, Sabo George.
Yes, sir.
My name is Reverend Adolphus Bar.
Okay.
Okay. I called to actually say that, as per my opinion and for where I stand as a minister of the gospel, which is well experienced, I would advise the president to take someone from on the bench that is already well experienced and understand the national issues when it comes to the legal issues and what have you in the area, instead of taking someone from outside of the bench. So in that light, I would suggest the justice, who is well advised to what is all about at the level of the table of justice.
Okay. You made a point. 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. Let's take this caller. Good evening. Again, we lost this caller. 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. Where do you stand? Do you want the president appoint somebody from the bench of the Supreme Court to succeed Siano? Let's take this caller quickly. Good evening.
How you doing, Sir George?
I'm okay, sir.
For me, I want him to get somebody from outside. Those people are there compromised. Let them pick somebody from outside. So people in there, then compromise, then appoint somebody from outside and bring him along.
Okay. They should put somebody from outside. Okay. Let's get another call on the line quickly. 0778-460-793. Again, that's the number to call. We're trying to hear from you. What do you think? Tomorrow marks the 70th birth anniversary of the current Chief Justice. It means you should be quitting. Should the president look out or bring somebody in? Let's hear from you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm okay, man. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, the name is Fatia Wablo calling from Forward.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to my superintendent in studio this evening. I don't know what I'm in studio and calling from the country to introduce. So then, you will understand him that how we looking in the country. If anything happens to his citizen, he can ask questions. He can just pull on arrest. Police will arrest and carry you. Thank God he said talking to your team. You will hear that. That's how we live in our country with him. That's why we said that when I wanted this man, and the president went and forced the superintendent on us. So thank God for him today.
Okay, you didn't want to make the president full of written on you. Okay, let's take another call on the line. 07. We're taking the 3 more calls and then wrap it up because our guest is somewhere around. 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. Moses, very shortly, welcome you on the program. That's the number to call, and you are live. We want to hear from you. What do you think the president should be appointing a new chief justice? Should the president look outside or take the one, take someone from on the bench? Good evening. Good evening. Hello? Oh, the caller is gone. Again, 0778. Hello? 0778-460-793. Again, 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. And you are live on the nighttime heat. Let's take this caller quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Okay, I am Elder Moses Zubazeze calling from the city of Zozo, Lofa County.
Okay.
I want to use an example because we in the country, we go to pay opation. I'm sure you know opation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to pick opation is a small animal that lives in the hole. So when you go there, your hand or the stake will which one the best. I think your hand would be the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest that the president picks somebody from the bench who is currently serving on the bench.
Okay, and not looking from outside. Okay, let's get 2 more calls and then wrap it up to invite our guest. 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. Let's take this call up quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Josh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, the caller is gone. Yes, good evening.
The president to use the wisdom to whether on the bench or from outside, it should be in the best interest of the country. That's all we want.
Okay. What from the bench or outside? Let's get another call on the line quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yes, my name is Emmanuel Sometibian.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the topic. And I love, I believe that this government is very credible and our president is very important to us and he's an elderly man. I would love for him to take this judge from the bench. Thank you. And number one. And number two is for the superintendent, what he did. I just want to say thank you because we have a lot of arrogant people. Like me, what I saw in Konya here. I saw a man who took color against the commander here. And nothing came out of it. Because the man went to George kept between the woman and the man. And the man started chasing the man with spotlight. The people are too arrogant. That's the right thing. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's take another call on the line quickly. Take 2 more calls. The calls are coming in, but we can continue to take 2 more calls quickly and then wrap it up. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay, sir.
Okay, my name is Anthony Towa, calling you from Loginta.
Let's hear from you, Anthony.
Yeah, you know, our constitution gave the president the power to appoint. And the presidential appointees were at the will and pleasure of the president. So I advise that the ascendancy clause should be followed because that place, which is referred to as Supreme Court, is a sitting area. It's the legal of the legal system of the country. So politics may play, but let the ascendancy clause, let the president retire and take somebody from the bench. And for the superintendent issue from Nigeria, my brother, the new generation, the rudeness very hard. And the man not did wrong. He called the authority responsible to arrest. He never used his own power to, suppose you depoliticize this kind of thing in the country. Thank you ever so much.
Okay, let's take the last caller quickly on this. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, where do you stand? Should the president?
My name is Robert Taylor. I live on Capitol Hill, Redemption Street.
Okay.
And I want to talk a little about the attitude of the superintendent.
Okay.
I think we have laws in this country. And I think it is a court that can order somebody arrest. I mean, somebody going to jail, depending on the nature of the case that the person has violated. All right. So I think what you are doing was to train the person to the relevant people like the police and let them go ahead doing the job. But he cannot be the policeman, ordering the policeman to put the, I mean, handcuff on number one, you know, against the, because the, what charge? What kind of law has he violated on, I mean, with the superintendent? What can he say that the man have violated? All right.
Okay.
Secondly, does he have any authority? Does his term of reference as a superintendent include imprisoning somebody without going through the legal process? Is that part of his QR as a superintendent? No. If you know somebody, you have a city ordinance there, right? If somebody has, you know, violated that, like you are saying, the place get it. I think it's the city corporation or the city government that's responsible to handle that man through the court process.
Okay.
Not his superintendent. So he needs to be open with his term of reference so that he does not get in trouble to go. I mean, with his boss.
Okay, many thanks. Let me take this last caller quickly on this so that we can go to our guest. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm David Coty. I'll be very brief. I think the president should take somebody from the bench, but it should not be James Otto Willie. We cannot have a woman leaving, another woman coming in. Let it be a man this time. I got no problem with her credibility. I think those are all seasoned people on the bench, but not from one woman to another woman. And on the issue of the superintendent, I don't think he did any wrong. He did not order his house boys to beat anybody. He asked the police to do their job. So let's take it as that. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for Moses Colley to come to see you. I think he's taking a fine decision to leave the CDC. Thank you. Bye-bye.
No, please, we haven't yet started the discussion yet, David. Let's try to speak with the superintendent. The superintendent is trying to call back. Let's try to connect with him quickly so that I can welcome Moses, and then we'll get to our discussion tonight. Let's try to speak with the superintendent. We're trying to connect with him. He was trying to call back to us. Unfortunately, the line was busy, and so let's try again to connect with him personally so that we can hear from him. Again, share the show, please. Just go on your Facebook page and tap Nighttime Heat, just 3 words. As soon as you do, you're going to watch the show. You share the show for your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, your partners to also be on top of what is happening tonight on the Nighttime Heat. Also, you can watch the show on your YouTube. Just go on your YouTube or your phone or your laptop and you tap Nighttime Heat. After you do, you subscribe and then you hit the notification bell. You're going to watch the show on the YouTube channel. We're trying to connect with the superintendent, but in the meantime, let me welcome Moses Sunday. Moses hasn't been welcome. Moses, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Sava. We had a little bit of a technical glitch, but I'm happy that we're being able to resolve that. And let me break the news. I know some of my good friends will want to hear this. Today is my natal day.
Yes, we said it earlier. Happy birthday, we said it. Before you came on, we said it.
Yeah, thank you, George. And
and how did you celebrate today?
Man, look, I felt love today, and quickly, I just want to say that look, it's good to be nice to people, because I woke up this morning, some of my ward, my Facebook account inundated with messages. I just couldn't, as I speak to you, I just couldn't read all the messages. Overwhelmed, people calling me, sending me text messages. The goodwill, I rather felt love. It means that we are touching the hearts of people, both in and outside Liberia. I'm grateful to get another opportunity. I want to tell the Almighty God.
Your man David Coty is saying you should call your age.
Yeah, I'm 59. In fact, let me just say something quickly. It's good that you raised the issue of the Honorable Coty, and let me just take a few minutes. Look,
yes,
few seconds of your time. Sober, I was a young reporter when covered David Coty. Then he was representative in the House, and David Coty was one of the politically unstable lawmakers in the house. You know, he did not stand for any principle. He was just all over the place. And then what I want him to understand, and I do
You still have
understand.
David Cody calling back.
Let me. I know you're gonna call back, but let me just say this to Honorable Cody. Honorable Cody, when you Google the name Moses Sandy, it stands out for good thing. I don't belong to any political party. People in the CDC see me as an enemy. People in the ANC see me as a friend, and somebody also see me as an enemy. People in the Unity Party, a good number of them see me as a friend. In fact, I was a strong campaigner for the UP because when I did a comparative analysis, I knew that George Weah had nothing to offer Liberia.
David
So
is calling about David.
I campaigned aggressively for the Unity Party. I'm not an enemy of the party.
Just hold the line, please. Dave, get hold the line.
However, I stand for principle. I don't waver. I know what it means to be in a country where you don't have steady income. You know, you become desperate. You're in survival mode. You're trying to come back in government. You will do everything to throw debt at people. But David Cody, the name Moses Sandy stands out for good things, man. You know that.
Okay, let's go with that. Moses, let's go with that. And let David Cody respond quickly before we go to our guest. Yeah, David. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Cody, go right ahead quickly.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear Mr. Sandy making this kind of a derogatory comment about me. I don't know what prompted that, calling me unstable when I was in the house. Maybe the definition of unstable means something good. But I don't see where he's going. So, Mr. Sandy, I just wish you a very happy birthday. And
Thank you, sir.
I'm far older than you, 72. And in this country, we respect our elders. And you have called me honorable, a former lawmaker, but yet you're making a derogatory and negative comment about me. I don't know what prompted that. Is it because I'm not with the CDC or what? I don't know. But anyway, I'm your friend. Let's have a good show tonight. Thank you.
Okay, many thanks, Dave. So, Moses, let's try to invite our guest quickly. Our guest is already in studio. Well, tonight we'll be treating the topic. Why are some, I'm sure you saw the flyers, why are some hardcore members and supporters of the CDC are now exiting the coalition? Is it that the CDC is losing relevance? What's happening? Are they leaving based on tribal politics? Or what's happening? The latest, in fact, we heard about is the man Chief Moses Corley. He's in our studio. I'm sure you heard about Thomas Fowler, and was a very strong supporter of the CDC before. They are all exiting. And so we start to invite Mr. Corley tonight. Maybe you give us an understanding as to why are people exiting the CDC? What's happening in the CDC? Is it that the party is no longer on coals? Is it that the ideology of the party is fading, or is it that the support of the party is no longer, people are no longer enjoying the benefits, the niceties, the perks of the party, and so they're trying to leave? Let's try to invite Moses Corley, Chief Moses Corley, tonight. AWR, I hope I got it right, in Zozo is also has joined the team of stations relaying this program. Let's welcome you, Chief Moses Corley. How you doing?
Thank you, Sabo. Let me say thanks to your team in studio. I'm glad to be in this building. This is my very first time. I've been hearing about in Pra FM. This is the very first time of me coming to the studio. Mm-hmm. So I'm honored to be here.
Okay, Josh, you want to help to welcome him also?
I've been so blessed these few days. I call it blessed because I've been asked to welcome someone who is my uncle.
Okay.
Honorable Corley was the one who replaced my father in Lofa Salai District as a representative when my father was representative for Salai District, and so he became my representative in Salai District. I think he went 2 terms, right?
2 terms.
Yeah. 2 terms, and we enjoy working with him. So, our colleague, your nephew is here. We're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moses, you want to help to welcome you also?
Yes, honorable colleague, I would like to join my colleagues in welcoming you to this podcast tonight. I honor her your name in the media. I've never had the opportunity of interfacing with you. You know, when I was practicing in Liberia, I was never privileged to run into you, but I want to say it's indeed a pleasure to have you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Moses.
and
Thank
so
you.
let me announce. I'm sure we'll have wanted to join us very, very shortly. I'm sure he said around somewhere around 9. But we'll have the Chief Moses calling to lay the basis first, basically as to what's happening, why because he enjoyed the fact that the CDC, former Labor Minister, and also the head of the airport authority. Okay, so accepting it means something has happened. Welcome to the program once again.
Well, thank you, Sabra, but I just want to make this clarity. I think I passed it by you before coming to the studio. I think the caption for tonight, discussion does not properly, fit me because I have my own political institution. As a matter of fact, the Liberia People Democratic Party was one of the constituents, political parties that collaborated with the National Patriotic Party and that of the Congress for Democratic Change. And so the connotation tonight, why HACO coalition members are leaving, we divorced since June 2020. Yes, so we divorced politically. We divorced since June 2024, and that was in line with the framework document of the coalition. That if any member intend to exit, you notify the other parties, and you have grace period. We went in line with the framework that governed the coalition then.
Okay,
and we went through the process. We were guided by the legal norms of the coalition, and also in line with the National Elections Commission, because we filed a document as a coalition.
Okay,
don't forget. So we met all of the requirements, and in that we exited.
Okay,
so I won't be here.
Let me link you to why you are here now.
Yeah.
You did that sometimes 2024, right? Like you just said.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you've been quiet since you did that until just yesterday or a few days ago. You took on your Facebook page and you wrote, a piece indicating that you are now moving toward the support of the current administration. That sparked some concerns, thinking that maybe you would have gone back to the CDC, but again you've decided to take new political direction. So that's the reason why we saw that you are linked to this discussion. So what you wrote on your Facebook page? Let's hear you first regarding that.
So firstly, we have been speaking.
Quickly, I beg you, sir. I just want to piggyback on what Soba said. I just want to state that yes, it is true that your appearance here today falls within that category. The question is, why are people leaving? You said you left in 2024. Others are currently in motion. Others are currently leaving. So all of you who have left, all of you who are currently leaving, all of you fall in the same category. So your role here tonight is very important. It applies to the topic under discussion. Thank you.
Okay, so let's hear from you.
So Moses, if I may address your inquiry, we as a party, the LPDP, we collaborated with the other two parties, and right after the 2023 general presidential and legislative elections, we saw the need to disengage and become or regain our status as an independent political party and focus on the purpose for which we decided to establish the LPDP. And so there's no definite reason to say that we want to express to the Liberian people that because of this reason we decided to exit. The only reason I can express to you, we decided to rebrand our party and to prepare ourselves for the 2029 general presidential election.
Let me take you back. Miss Chief Colley, yes, you broke away, like you said, in line with the framework. You remain quiet for some time. Just yesterday, you went on your Facebook page, expressing support for. Now, the reason why is claiming lots of, triggering lots of concerns, it's because one would have thought that you would have remained quiet, rebrand your political party, but for Chief Moses Colley to say, well, I'm now heading for the current administration. What is happening? What have gone wrong?
We have not been quiet. I think we have had about 2 or 3 press conferences as a political party. In fact, the last press conference was a joint press conference along with the National Patriotic Party and that of the People Unification Party, the PUP. So we have been speaking, but maybe what has drawn the attention of the Liberian people
to express yourself for the current administration,
to see me as an opposition political party and eminent citizen or politician in this country to come out to say, look.
And let me add there, one who enjoys the niceties, the benefits, and all of the goods of the CDC to now cross over now.
Well, CDC also benefited from us immensely, more than what we benefited. So that's another argument. Yeah, we brought some dividend to the CDC. So that's not the issue. So maybe because we have made a decision that look, right now we have His Excellency Joseph Nyeman Boakai presidency, who happen to be, the uncles of Lofa County. I come from Lofa County. Okay, I campaigned twice. Even at the time my nephew myself would differ. He called me, this is not what my father endorsed you for. This not you are bit. So look, I'm an independent person. I openly campaign. In fact, in 2017, people did not believe that I could cross St. Paul to stand now and campaign against Ambassador Boakai at the time. 2017, I did it, and 2023, I did it. Mind we have a very, very good relationship. 12 years, 12 unbroken years, we worked together, but yet I made a decision. In politics, in modern democracy, I have the right to my opinion, and I have the right to make an independent decision. Now, I campaign openly. I led the campaign against Ambassador Boakai in Lofa County, a highly, well-guarded traditional county. But I took that bold step. Today, having gone through 2 elections, Ambassador Boakai was declared, the winner of the general elections as a president. Now, we as a people in Lofa County, if we do not ensure that this administration, in the first place, I don't see no President Boakai presidency. I see Lofa County presidency. Let me say this for the record. I have no regret to say that. I see Lofa County presidency. So I'm on an obligation to ensure that he succeeds, because we, as patriotic Liberians, you don't have to pray for an administration to fail before you can compete against it in the next election. What you can do, you all should rally around so that in the next election, you can say, look, yeah, Sobo did well, but I tell you, I do more than Sobo, but not to pull you down. For some of us, We have a different background. And you have said that we were quiet this time. Let me say this. For some of us, we were very, very privileged. The 12 years that we spent on Capitol Hill. We attended some Google seminars, including the Carl Vinson Institute of Government at Georgia University in the U.S. One of the main key issues that I ever practiced and learned there was, as a politician, be slow to hold a microphone and be fast to listen. So we don't talk every time. We don't just go all over talking here. That's why when we speak, the nation shakes.
So the main reasons why you sought to express your support this time around for the president or the Unity Party is based
President
on
Bokai's administration.
Based on tribal connection.
It's not tribal. I said people might see it to be tribal, but it's been nationalistic because I want for Liberia to succeed.
You say you don't see President Boyka as a president of...
I see the Lofa presidency because...
As Lofa president. So it's tribal now.
No, it's not on the tribal, but it's regional and it's national.
Now, why? Okay, Moses,
I beg you, so look, I am giggling because I think the honorable is finding it difficult to disentangle himself from the question that you threw to him.
What the question?
Honorable, just give me a break. I will simplify what I'm saying for you.
Go ahead.
You made a statement that you see a Lofa presidency. And the main question to you is that are you now moving to the Unity Party because of tribalism? And you said no. And you contradicted yourself. And you came back and again and reiterated that. You say, hey, I see a Lofa presidency, and that is the administration that we must all support, implying that you're not supporting him because he's a Liberian. You're supporting him because he comes from Lofa County. Do you agree with that?
I said where you left out the other statement I made when I said that Liberia needs to succeed, right?
Right? Yeah, okay. Yes, I left out that, but the question to you.
I did say that.
So yeah, I agree. I accept that, honorable. But I'm saying to you, do you agree that the key word in your statement was what? A Lofa presidency. Do you agree that you've been what? A tribalistic?
I'm not being tribalistic, but it is a fight that Lofa County holds the presidency in the Republic of Liberia. Why do you want to dodge a fight?
So then why did you support Lofa County in the last election? Now that you want to so as to keep your promise to Boyka.
Thank you.
Then now.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabah. So that's the beauty of democracy. That's the beauty of democracy. It's like Sabah says, let us drive to red light, Peaceville red light. And you tell me we should take the boulevard. I said, no, let us pass through the Japan Highway, but we all want to get to Peaceville. Right? So for you to suggest that we should go by the boulevard, the Tottenham Boulevard does not suggest that I don't want us to get to Peaceville.
The analogy doesn't hold it.
It holds.
I'm coming.
No, it holds. What I'm telling you, you asked me a question. Why I didn't support Ambassador Boyka in 2017? Why I didn't support him in 2023 if I'm looking at Lofa County? No. And that's why I want for my brother Moses to understand. If it was so, if it were on the basis of tribal issue, I was going to support Boyka. But right now, elections are over. He is the president of the Republic of Liberia. As an opposition politician, I should ensure that Lofa and Liberia should benefit from his administration. And that's why we are prepared to stand by his administration to ensure that we don't have to undermine. Because if we think that the only way that we can succeed in 2029 is to undermine the administration, then I'm not part of it. But I'm prepared. The LPDP is prepared to compete in the 2029 general presidential elections.
Now-
We have not joined the UP. Let me tell you something. No, listen. Maybe people do not know some of us in this country. Honestly. Because if you know Moses Colley, I have more close relationship with Ambassador Bokeh than Ambassador Weah. Because this is an ambassador that we worked together for 12 unbroken years. At 18 years old, we had lunch in his office. He slept in my house more than 30 times whenever he traveled to Lofa in my house. So, who are so close to? I was more closer to Ambassador Bokeh about the politics. That's democracy. I have my side. He has his side.
So what are the positives? I'm coming, George. What are the positives that you are seeing on the part of the Bokeh's administration, the Bokeh administration, that's encouraged you or emboldened you to make such and to express such a support for them?
So, in the first place, every government all around the world, when you come to office and when you take on an administration, there'll be some political turbulence. And as time goes by, that turbulence will begin to cease to exist, and you will see the plane moving. So, as a politician, I have analyzed, I have seen that indeed the president's agenda, what I'm seeing, and what
are you saying?
We talk.
We want you to be specific. What are you saying? Be specific.
So, Sabo, look at the governance process. Look at the governance, process. Because when I see the president asking his cabinet to come and sign in the performance bond, it means that he's prepared to go after check and balances. Yes. If you see the president talking about this country should feed itself, it's not just by mere presidents, because many presidents, like Samuel Doe, Green Revolution, many presidents, talk about it. But to demonstrate that action, the plans, what we have seen, and also the issue about to continue the issue of road connectivity, but look, governance is something that one must ensure that when you are in the driving seat as the president, you should make sure that your lieutenants are governed properly. And this is what we are seeing.
So you didn't see that when you were with the CDC before?
I hope you are not going through.
No, I'm just
listen.
Okay.
I hope you're not going to draw me into trying to say I'm going to weigh in on the performance of the Coalition for Democratic Change and weigh in on the performance of Ambassador Bokeh. That is going to be unfair because the coalition went for 6 unbroken years. Bokeh had not gone for 2 years. So how can you do the comparison?
So what you say so far that encouraged you is performance contract, signing of performance bond, and the agriculture program of the president,
and
right?
Also the conduct of the administration.
The conduct of the administration.
Yes, being focused on priorities.
So the administration is proceeding well.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
George, let's hear from you. We'll come back to you.
So when we introduce my uncle,
but let me try to George. Let me try to introduce Wanto Tier Wanto. He's just joined us. He's one of our discussants tonight. Wanto Tier Wanto, welcome to the program.
Great. It is a tremendous privilege to be back. Great conversation. It's very exciting, and I look forward to going forward with the pursuit of this conversation.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Yes.
Mine is just to provide a bit of information to every one of us about Honorable Colley,
including your uncle.
Yeah, Honorable Colley was around 2004. He was with the Liberal Action Party.
Sure.
Yeah, and they formed a collaboration with the Unity Party in 2005.
Yes.
And he ran on the
2010 actually.
Okay.
Because I won on the ticket of the Liberal Action Party.
Okay, the merger. It was first collaboration.
Yes.
Right? So the collaboration in 2005 it came, and the merger took place 2010. So the 2 times he was on the ticket of the Unity Party. So I just wanted to find out something because you see, he said I used to call him and told him, "Uncle, you are going. This is not what my late father would have gone for, where he's living, you know." And now you went to LPDP, Uncle. I want to know, is there any intention to go back home, or you want to remain where you are?
Oh, so firstly, to just get the record straight, we were on the ticket of the Liberal Action Party. Vani Sharma was our standard bearer, and after 2005, my first election, and around 2009, the conversation about a merger. When Mother Salif contacted Vani Sharma and the guy from Bapo, the late, I just forgot his name, he was the heir of Bloom. When she said, look, in 1985 elections, the leaders of the Unity Party, the Liberal Unification Party, and the Liberal Action Party decided to form, a coalition to fight against the junta at the time, 1985. And those leaders were Gabriel Bole of the Liberal Unification Party, Jason Fiado of the Liberal Action Party, and Dr. Bian Kesali of the Unity Party. So Madam Sali said, look, these guys are gone, these leaders are gone, they have left. Can we work together? Can we work together? Can we work together as a united party, to ensure that the dream, the aspiration of these leaders will be realized. So that's how the merger came about. So in 2011, because of the merger, that's when when you compare the flesh of two of our Unity Party, you will not see rooster, you will not see handshake. But in 2011, and because of the new Unity Party, we didn't want to change it, because the real acronym should have been New Unity Party.
Okay.
But we said we confuse the electorate. So we got to say Unity Party. But you will see the rooster to show that Action Party is in there. And we came from Action Party, Alex Tala, Waklitus Watterson, Sumo Kupi, all of our Richard Divine. We came from Liberal Action Party. The late Judy Bryan. We came from Action Party. So in 2011, we now won on the New Unity Party. The present flair you see, that should actually be called the New Unity Party. Now, when we won, so but people need to know people political track record. When we won in 2011, 2012, 2013, we saw different conduct of Her Excellency Madam Salif. But my nephew that did not know, they were way down there. But Uncle knew. Then we said, look, we don't want to break official. We were a few guys. We said, you know what? The best thing to do, we will exit from the Unity Party. We're not going to any other party. We will form our own party. You understand? So when we went to the National Election Commission, we found that we wanted the Liberal Action Party. And according to the NEC, they said once that party was delisted in this country, honor our laws, according to them, Liberal Action Party cannot be re-established. You either add a preface or service to it, but you cannot say Liberal Action Party because it has been delisted.
Okay.
So that's how we could not form the Liberal Action Party. And we decided to form the Liberia People Democratic Party. So we have
LPDP.
I am the founding chairman, and Alex Tada is the founding father of the LPDP. I have my party. So there's no intent, even let's assume that we didn't even declare support to the regime, for people to be thinking that, oh, well, there was a room for LPDP and the Congress to work together. So if it was so, why we had disengaged? We have a plan, we have a focus point that the purpose for which this party was established must be achieved.
Okay.
And that is to take part in the presidential election.
Okay, Moses, before I come to you, let me ask you, Chief Moses Colley. You supported the coalition, in fact, former President Weah in the last election. Can you just state to us tonight what were the reasons? What really transpired? What happened? What was responsible for which the coalition didn't maintain state power?
Well, before I answer that question, I will want to take you back to my letter. I still have that letter that I wrote to the then national chairman of the Unity Party, the merged, Unity Party, Vani Sharma, Councillor Sharma.
Okay.
I outlined, I think there were 3 reasons. I said lack of coordination, lack of consultation, and disregard to party rules. I still got that copy. So if he asked me what led to the defeat of the coalition, in my mind, we saw so many arrogance, no consultation, total disregard to other national leaders within the coalition. So if we're coordinating the way we worked in 2017, there were rules. We put system in place. We were 21 governing council members. 21. Before you speak then, you must be authorized. Somebody will not just jump out to go and speak on behalf of the coalition then.
Surely.
No. We got out the process. You see the likes of Dr. Toka Gateway McIntosh? That's the man who believes in system. And he was a campaign chairman. There were faces of the coalition that people saw that said, hey, the guys are serious. There were faces that they saw. So the system that we put in place in 2017, it was a different ballgame in 2023. So, a house that is
But
divided.
you were still around at the time. You were still around. You and others were still around. Why couldn't you maintain the system then?
Well,
Why you laugh?
Sabo, I have come on this platform.
No, I'm just asking
Sabo,
why you
Sabo.
couldn't maintain the system. You were around. You put that system in 2017, 2023. You could have maintained the system to help the party to maintain state power.
So my Sabo, 2016, 2017, beginning before general elections, we were meeting as 3 political parties, as a coalition. This George is the standard bearer of Party A. Sogwa is the standard bearer of Party B. Mosokwa is the standard bearer of Party C. So we were working together as party leaders. Unlike right after the December second round elections, when we were declared president. Don't forget, the president of the republic, even those who were part of the rescue mission campaigning, where they could walk to the ambassador house, sit down and talk. The very day he was named president or declared president, he became state property. Before you go around that protocol, so I work with several presidents. I have seen several presidents. So that was a different ballgame. Let me just say that I don't want to go deep. It was a different ballgame.
Maybe you'll go deep in a few minutes from now because I'll come back to that question. Moses,
I'm not sure you're pushing to go deep.
Moses can come in so we can quickly welcome Teos.
Mr. Colley.
Yes.
I listen to you, and several other people are listening to you locally and globally. In few words, can you tell us what discouraged the LPDP to say, hey, CDC, we are now quitting? What were the fundamental reasons why you people decided to part with the CDC? 1. 2, what drove or what is currently driving you in forming a political alliance with the Unity Party? Explain this to us.
I think there's a breakdown in communication here, and I think I don't know how best to explain this, to say that something is driving you to the Unity Party. I don't know. I have my own political party. Did I say that I'm going to join the Unity Party? Did I say that?
No, something is driving your support to the Unity Party. Not your party, but your support as
No, he says something is driving me to the Unity Party.
Okay, please. I rephrase the question for him.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
support
So,
to Unity Party.
yeah,
To
Mr.
Ambassador
Collins,
Vargas administration.
Okay,
yeah, your support to the president. What is driving this, and what caused you to? What caused your party to leave the CDC? Just tell us in few sentences.
But I think Mr. Sunday, I just made that point clear. I told you first, I said to Sober, the arrogance, within the rank and file of the coalition.
No consultation.
No consultation.
Total disregard for party leaders.
Yeah, that's what I said. And a lack of coordination. Listen, you won't believe, Sandy, Mr. Sandy, you won't believe. And maybe I will have to let it out. We, as a political institution, we put our resources together 2017 to say, hey, we are going for a coalition. And I think we made a history in this country. Since multi-party democracy was introduced, we succeeded. We are the first coalition. People say, well, not hold because it didn't hold in 1997. It didn't hold. And so when we were discussing about coalition, it will not hold. They all have ambition. Because if all these party leaders, organize their institution for the purpose of the presidency, how can they come together? They will not make it, And so we succeeded with that because we had a plan. We subordinated our interest to the bigger interest of the coalition. So that was clear. Now, if that came, especially in the 2023, right after the second round, Mr. Sandy, let's assume that you were the political leader of the MPP or the political leader of the LPDP. While you are in bed, and you just see on social media or the radio that, His Excellency President Weah has considered to the electoral process without calling stakeholder meeting. How do you consider yourself? How? Is there any respect? Come on.
You think that was a slap in the face of all of you?
That wasn't a slap. That was total disregard to our leadership. The Congress went to election twice, and they had the best number, 205, 2011. They didn't win. But the NPP, the LPDP came on board, provided leadership, provided guardians that led us to victory. Joint effort, the Congress effort, the NPP effort, the LPDP effort, and you making a decision, you don't consult the leaders. That's the rule you want to live in?
Okay, Chief Colley, I'll come back to you on the issue of what's really driving you to Akame.
I don't know how
you made specific reference to the issue of the agriculture program of the president.
I told you
Akame. The issue of the signing of bond, the performance bond. You made reference on the two of those.
I said governance process.
I'll come back more to that governance process. But let me welcome 150 and 1 quickly. Mr. Kwanto, welcome to the
Sure. Are you hearing me loud and clear there?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, I've had interesting time listening to some of the specifically things that led to his decision. It's very interesting. But I would just want to be able to take this time to just provide some fundamental layout. The first step is what we need in an opposition political process is one that is driven by conviction, not one that is driven by a shift stepping of opposition on the basis of self-interest. The reason I say this is as critical as possible. I've had no practical understanding of where the decision lies in terms of what inspired. Everyone have a right for political affiliation, but it's very disheartening when you cannot pinpoint any substantial argument to what led to his conviction. I think the best argument should just be, I think this is the right shape for me. Let's talk about governance. What specific governance productivity in Liberia currently can we lay out to the current Unity Party? There's a report from NAMO that practically said that there is zero infrastructure within the timeline of Unity Party service. In fact, most of the projects will provide substantial, evidence that these were projects that were being done and completed by
Let me hold you. Let me hold you there, Mr. Tier 1, please.
Y'all will give me at least 2 minutes to lay out this
I'm
first.
coming. 1, 2, I'm coming. What we're trying to establish here tonight is why some hardcore members and supporters of the coalition are exiting
That's what
now.
we're getting to. That's what we're getting to.
I'm coming. And in answering the question, in answering the question indirectly, you heard Mr. Colley when he said part of the problem that existed in the coalition and that was responsible for the defeat of the coalition. He made reference to the arrogance, non-consultations, disrespect for party leaders. I want you to speak to that.
But what do you know about the coalition?
Yeah, but
What does he know about the coalition?
let me lay out specifically. The fact that you're saying he doesn't know Mani is an example of where the arrogance came from. But I think there's a civil and intellectual conversation, and we should as well provide that space to practically disagree and agree.
But Mr. Wante, you got no idea on the coalition.
We are not.
You got no idea.
I got more idea on governance.
No,
I got
Mr.
more
Wante.
idea on the situation in Liberia. We practically should have a conversation.
You're talking about the coalition.
So do you agree, Mr. Wanto? Mr. Wanto,
you got no idea on the coalition.
Mr. Wanto,
please, with all due respect.
With all due respect, I have more profound idea on what a coalition and governance is. And so the agenda is you said
please.
You lay out specifically, and so about that.
Mr. Wanto, 1 minute.
Come in.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Wanto.
Mr. Wanto, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Mr. Wanto.
No, but I haven't even laid out my point, and the guest is not giving me a chance to lay out my point.
I don't 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Let me just make this point, Mr. Wanto.
We provided more than 10 minutes for each of the guests to speak. Nobody interrupted. Why am I being interrupted? Because I should have the chance to lay out my solid argument. Because there are a lot of things that were said here. There were things on arrogance. There were things specifically on governance. And these are things we should provide facts and evidence to.
Let me be specific. Let me be specific.
But let me specifically lay out my opinions about the point here is this. The argument here specifically lay out that governance to some extent inspired his decision. Again, I started pragmatically by stating that everyone have a right to affiliation. No one, but it must be justified on a fair and balanced analysis. So in terms of governance, where I start from is that what specific governance tangible we can point to. The idea of saying that the government signed a performance bond, that is completely contradictory, because according to our constitution, the president has a right to be able to fire, to nominate, and to specifically hire anyone in his governance role. So if you say performance signature is a tangible a list of governance, then that is unfortunate. The second aspect is we have reports in this country that lay out specific governance failure. We had a number report that said zero infrastructure project. We had a number report that said there is massive corruption, no prosecution from governance, and we have several other reports to point to. Hardship currently is at a high point. Inflation is escalating. Unemployment is at a high time. How possibly can we look at governance in this current trajectory and economy and point to that to
What
be a
political
decision? No.
coalition that you
So
going
the,
to?
so
All of
the
this.
reality here is that the decision is self-interest. And this is where I want to be able to come to.
Okay.
What we're
So,
seeing right now Sabah, in this
okay.
country. So let me
Tiawanto. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, you've just
Yeah, I'm here,
landed. Let me ask you a question. Do you know, were you around, or are you in the know of the genesis of the coalition? How it started and why are people defecting now?
But that's an interesting conversation. Every political process, I'm a star member of CDC. I understand specifically the hardcore, understanding of the coalition process. But pragmatically, every political process will always lay out challenges that are established. When the Unity Party lost political power, we saw the drifting of politicians from one space to another. So this is a fundamental issue in Liberia. Politicians look out for specific areas that are providing greener pastures, and that's the reality. It's not driven by conviction. It's not driven on the basis of some of these things laid out. Because all these things that have been laid out, we can practically point to it that there is contradiction. We have no evidence to it. The governance is not working in our current country. And I challenge the guests to provide us some of the tangible of governance working currently in this country. Because we have report to point to some of the governance challenges. We have extreme leverage of arrogance, even in a very unity party that is being supported, that is currently supporting. So how does that justify one decision of saying, oh, I left this coalition because they were arrogant? Weren't you part of the coalition structure? The coalition structure that provide you opportunity, now today it become an arrogant space? No, it's not. So for me, the reality here is self-interest. And I hope that you can be very proud.
No. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. It's self-interest. Okay, you said it, but let me ask you. Do you see a flowering future for the CDC come 2029, especially with the defection of all those hardcore people who were around before?
Let me tell you, the coalition of democratic change, the coalition of democratic change is a political party based. The coalition of democratic change is a political party based on the mantra of the party. Let's have the chance to be able to speak.
1 minute, please.
Great.
I'm asking, what do you see?
Yeah, sure. You asked me for the future of the coalition of democratic change. That's why I'm responding to Sabah.
Do you still have coalition?
We are very optimistic of the coalition of democratic change. What a coalition, Congress of democratic change, 2029, this political party will reclaim governance in this country. The party is standardly based on the mantra of population. Let's look at it. Let's look at the numbers. We are practically speaking about political process, which came in an outcome of less than 17,000 votes. So the if we ask a question, it's best to give the guests sufficient time to respond.
Let Moses come in.
Yes, please. I just want to provide information. The theme of this discussion, it seems that we are going off tangent. The theme of this discussion, the question is, why are people leaving the CDC? That's what we want to know. Why are people leaving the CDC? And you made a very profound statement. You said Mr. Colley and the others are doing so because of what? Self-interest.
Self-interest.
Possible. Yes. Now that has to be what? You need to provide the evidence to support that claim that you made. But to say that the CDC, well, listen, to say that the CDC has a future, that is not a discussion yet. The discussion is why are people leaving the CDC?
Moses, the question did not come from me. The question came from Sabah.
Okay.
Sabah asked a question. Sabah asked a question on the future.
Let's show you the Tia and Moses so that Mr. Chief Colley can come in quickly.
So what? I mean, I'm not a researcher who will look at topic before going to participate.
What are you trying to insinuate?
Please, because look.
David, we are not taking call now on David.
Please, at my level, as a national leader in this country, I don't go to all of these report, this, that, whole day, I go read and look, I'm a national leader. I'm well informed. What I'm trying to make clear to Mr. Wento, and trust me, I don't know him for any way. I'm not seeing, and I think he doesn't know me. That's why he's saying people are driven because of personal interest. Wento, if you don't know me, Moses Colley and Alex Tyler, we took more than 9 brand new vehicle to the coalition in 2017. Maybe you don't know me. Maybe you don't know me to say that we are driving
9 brand new vehicles?
Yes, the LPDP. With more than 75 motorcycles across the country that we have.
When you are going to join?
Yes, we turned everything over. We drove the vehicle to the party headquarters. But he doesn't know me. Then you talking about they are being you benefited, from the coalition you leaving. What the LPDP put in the coalition, we did not even get it. So if you don't know, that's why I said, do you really know about the coalition? Because if you know about the genesis of the coalition I came about, you will not be speaking the way you are speaking about the coalition. I didn't tell you that you don't know what a coalition is. I'm talking about the Coalition for Democratic Change at the time. I'm asking you, do you really know how the coalition came about? And who were the leaders that made it possible for this, for the coalition to succeed? If you know those reasons, then you will know how to address what
So
Moses
let me
Colley.
ask you that. You made a statement a few minutes ago. You said, what we put in the coalition, we didn't get it at all. What were you expecting?
Look, trying to establish an administration, the idea that we all put together, in good faith. Don't get me wrong. There are some good gentlemen within the Congress. There are some good gentlemen within the Congress. And there are some bad guys too that wrongly advised His Excellency the President at the time. Because the way we structure the coalition, the way we wanted the coalition to be governed, if it were maintained, trust me, we're not going to be defeated. We're not going to be defeated. But the moment the coalition was declared as the winner of the elections, the governing council ceased to exist. And the governing council was the brain behind the success.
And you were chairing that council.
I was the vice chair.
Vice chair.
I was the vice
chair, right?
Yeah, I was the vice chair. Look,
cease to exist in what sense?
Cease to exist. There were no governing council meeting from 2018, I think, up to 2021 or 2021. When we went to that governing council, after we are push, when we went to that governing council, we saw social cabinet ministers who shouldn't be part. The governing council were 21 governing council members. 21. But when someone who met at that meeting, we said, well, this is not governing council meeting. What did they talk? Because whenever we met at that council meeting, we talk as the leaders of the council. So that's why when I asked the young man, do you really know about the coalition? So when we're speaking, let no one push you people. Let the leaders come out to talk. We that organize. In fact, you need to find out who were the brain behind this coalition. How many persons? Well, only 4. But that history now.
Okay,
that
so
history.
Listeners,
I just said to you, on the basis of arrogance, disrespect, lack of coordination, and consultation, that's what led to the breakdown of the whole coalition.
Okay, so listeners, you are listening to the Nighttime Heat tonight. Again, you can share the show. Just go on your Facebook page or your YouTube. Just tap Nighttime Heat. 3 words. As soon as you do, you tap on your Facebook page. Either you're using your phone or your laptop. As soon as you tap Nighttime Heat, you're going to watch the show, and then you can share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones can all be part of the show tonight. You can also use your YouTube either on your phone or your laptop, and then you tap a Nighttime Heat on your YouTube platform. Right away, you're going to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that anytime the program is on, you get a notification. Again, this program is being relayed by Radio Kwatika in Bon County. Radio Gegeman in Nimba County, and Radio Wologisi in Lofa County. We also understand that Radio NYR is also relaying this program from Zozo, and also AYR is also relaying this program from Zozo, and also with Radio Witness in Monrovia is also relaying this program. Tonight we're trying to figure out why some hardcore members and supporters of the coalition are exiting. Is it that the party is losing its relevance, or what's happening? Now, before we come to the lines, Chief Colley, how do you see? Yes, you are now supporting the current administration, which I know you support up to 2029. But with what is obtaining, looking at the economy, because you made reference to governance issue, looking at the rule of law as well, looking at the issue of job opportunities. How do you see the future of this this unity party that you are currently supporting?
So let me tell you what is happening. When you see the anger, merely from the end of some members of the coalition or the Congress, you see, governance should come with some determination. Okay, there are issues that should be addressed, but we took it for granted. And the UP administration is not taking side with it. Yes, the issue of
CDC took it for granted. Then.
Oh yes, I can tell you, because I was a cabinet minister, so we were complacent with some issues that we should have taken action in. They can admit they are listening to me. They say, "Oh, you see, we didn't do that. We should have done this, and now they're doing it this." But you were the government. You had the authority to straighten issues.
What are some of the issues you think they took?
For example, people do things to go with impunity. That was a norm. There were issues that sometimes you will see some glaring issues, and we just downplay it. But this government said no, we'll go after everything. You know what I'm saying? And our declaration to stand by the Bogart administration does not suggest that if there are wrongs, that will not speak to it.
You sure of that?
Take for instance, that's why I say it's like you are not being following.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you are not being following. There was an issue about the audit when they started with the likes of Samuel Tuer and the rest of the guy. We issue statement that everyone should cooperate, but we encourage the president that the process should not be selective, because there are wrongs also. There are wrongs that are taking place. And you can see that the president is suspending people, sending them for investigation. We say it should not be selective. So you don't want to go after the past administration style when there are also, mismanagement in certain sector. That's what we're looking at. Look at the MCSS. I think just yesterday or day for yesterday. But if it was so, we try to pinpoint people at the time to be not to hatch with national actors. No.
Okay, granted that the government is fighting corruption head on, but let's look at the rule of law, because you spoke about some governance issue that have driven your passion for supporting the current president. The rule of law is the government doing well with that?
I think the rule of law is being fully upheld.
It's being fully upheld.
Yeah, and this is
what are the indications?
And this is where we saw plenty of demonstration here. Somebody jokingly come and say, "Oh, so we're actually playing with power." You see, to just illegally get in the street, you got to go through the rightful processes. These things were not happening. people could just jump in the street during our
So
administration.
in other words, you are saying that you support the government or the police policing protesters.
No.
Is that what you want?
No, listen.
No, you said that was wrong.
No, listen.
Oh, okay,
I said,
I'm listening. I don't want
I
to.
said-
I don't want to misquote you. I'm listening.
I said during our administration,
Granted.
people chose to just jump in the street without trying to go through the normal processes that require you to go and demonstrate as a citizen.
Mhm.
As a people, you have the right to convene, to go and march and present your petition. You have the right under our constitution.
But have you not seen that people have gathered and they want to express their grievances and police broke up the gathering? Have you not seen that?
There are instances that will lead to that.
Mm.
If there are police brutality, we will speak to it. Like the issue about the arson issue,
Moses.
the issue about the Capitol building, right?
Mhm.
So well,
Yes, sir.
I sat on our Capitol Hill for 12 unbroken years. Right now, the people in question, they are right now innocent until proven guilty, right? But we fully support the legal process, and no one should politicize it. No one should politicize it. And this is what is trying to damage our governance in the system in this country. Even when we're in power, the very UP, whenever the government try to prosecute, they politicize it. And it's not good. If you make the citizenry to develop that mistrust in the police, in the justice system, then we are doomed, which is not good. So for people, that sacred chamber, for people to go there to desecrate by burning down the seat of government, that was Liberia they were burning. Maybe they don't know, people don't know. Like people taking it for joke. Anyone that is connected should be given due process, and if you are found guilty, you should be dealt with in line with our laws.
Moses, you can come in now.
Yeah, so I just want to ask the honorable an honest question, because he made a statement that raises a lot of concern. I heard him profoundly say that the current administration adhere to the rule of law. And honorable colleague, let me take you to two situations. The fight against corruption. We have seen a number of people being suspended. The president has commissioned investigations, but the outcome of those investigations remain unknown. Do you consider that to be rule of law? Then secondly, I heard you say this government conforms to the rule of law, respect the rule of law. The situation of the capital, let's take that as an example. The Supreme Court ruled and legitimize, reaffirm the legitimacy of Kofa as Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. And the president chose to sidestep the process. And he says, I will do business with the quorum. Do you consider that rule of law?
Are you done?
People of Liberia today, yes.
Are you done? So now let me say this, and this is my authoritative era on our Capitol Hill. Mr. Sandy, on our Capitol Hill,
I'm
you have
listening to you.
you have the 73 members that are elected, and when they get the very first day, they present their credentials to the chief clerk, and the chief clerk conducts an election, and a speaker is elected on the basis of a simple majority. You become first among equals. I was even disappointed with the former speaker. Let me begin with this. And you are living in a Western world. What happened to Funati? If it happens in the Western world, in America, in Europe, once you lose the majority, you have lost the gavel.
Kevin McCarthy.
You have lost the gavel. Do you want to fight? It's like I know Sunday you should be from Nimba or where or well. For me, I'm from the interior. I'm from Lofa. And like those days, we are playing the same, and you must say wrestling. You knock me down. I'm on the ground. I said, but my hair not touch the ground yet. I want you to beat me and put the sand in my mouth in the African way. That was disappointing. He's not the first. I'm Moses Colley. I led the campaign for a speaker in this country, and we won twice. Jenica Alex Tyler. The moment we formed the LPDP, that's when we developed our own problem with Madam Salif. And our colleagues did not even have the simple majority first to conduct business. I was chairing the national budget, conducting budget hearing. While I was in the budget hearing, Madam Salif directed ministers to go to the other side to appear before them when they never even had a number. But these people, the simple majority said, we don't believe in you. Our rule says, the Constitution says, 2/3. I quite agree. But as a leader, once you lost the majority, that means it's like, Mr. Sandy, you are telling me that because of Fonati, the whole government should not function. The government should collapse, because if you gave the opportunity to Fonati at a time for the next 1 year, he goes to session, no quorum to go back. He goes to session, no quorum to go. You don't do that to the state. You got to be nationalistic. So the president said, I will work with the quorum. The Constitution talks about quorum. That will not quorum you can work with. So he was right. Politically, he was right. And legally. And let me tell you something about the Supreme Court. I got a letter in my possession.
We have limited time. Just go to the next phase of the discussion.
Yeah, please.
I want you to
tell you.
talk about the issue of
please,
no, honorable. We're all courtesy. Honorable,
please.
Honorable,
No, don't do that. Please.
Let's allow the chief to go on. Most of that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, chief speaker.
Don't do that. The very Supreme Court, when they first started with us, Alex Tyler and us, we wrote. It was James Etta, we were calling her honor. She wrote us that was an internal problem. You're going to handle it. Why would they dictate to the House? They got no authority at the time to say this man is a speaker. You cannot impose. They don't have that authority. Thank you.
Okay, Moses, want to come in? Because I want to come quickly.
Yeah. I just wanted the honorable to answer this question. I asked him whether he's certified with the president commissioning or the report, or investigation. The president commissioning investigation into acts of corruption. Yet, the outcome of those reports remain pending. And he says the government respect the rule of law.
So let me answer you.
Is that adhering to the rule of law?
Okay, let me answer you. So by you saying that the president is sending people for prosecution, you are just confirming that the president is acting within the confines of the law. You are saying that the reports or outcome of this investigation are coming. I think it was somebody last week. I heard on radio when the chairperson of the LACC were trying to give an update on some of the cases. Maybe we need to follow all the details. I'm not a spokesperson of the government, so I have not come to defend the government. Please, you can engage the information minister on this, but I'm telling you that the LACC want to go give an update where they were on some of the cases, what the stage on, including some lawmakers that were accused of bribery during the speaker fight. He made mention of it, that these people are going there on a daily basis, and in due course they will be coming up, with their report. But there are several cases, they are overwhelmed. That's why she said, I listen to her on radio. But I'm not a spokesperson of the government. Okay. But the fact that the president is taking a bold step, even to talk about prosecution, I think it's a good sign.
Okay. Tier Moses, I'll be opening Moses 1 to tier 1 to rather. I'll be opening the lines very shortly. But let me ask you this question before I open the lines. Is it regrettable, want to see the caliber of people defecting or exiting or leaving the CDC at this point in time? Is it regrettable?
As a political party, obviously, no political party will definitely, to some extent, be happy with exit. But if the exit is now on the basis of profound conviction but on self-interest, I mean, obviously, we'll live with that.
So who
CDC
defines
as a
that?
political party need profound convicted individuals who are prepared to change this country to stand by our political party. And what is
Okay.
very interesting to note is that this is not something we should be able to lay out as a new proceeding in a political institution. When the United Party lost the electoral process, they basically did not even have a structure. They ceased to exist as a political party. So obviously, what we're seeing over time is that people make decisions on the basis of their interest. From what I read from the news outlet was that the honorable man left CDC or the establishment because he believed that Lofa County must stand in solidarity with a Lofian president, a demonstration of tribalism in this context. That was
Okay.
the report that came out from almost all of the media outlets. And unless if he personally now want to be able to decline that as a reason. But I wanted to say a
Okay.
couple of things. But one thing I wanted to lay out here is the justification of shared violation of rule of law. There was a very nice question asked specifically on if you think the president has violated the rule of law. And the response was primarily the president acted in the basis of political calculation. The Supreme Court of our republic, according to Article 66, affirmed legitimate speaker as Speaker Kofa. The president, in his response, said that he will continue to work with an illegitimate establishment. And in this video, the honorable mayor is defending that action. This is what I said. This is extremely on the basis of self-interest. He did a
Okay.
comparative analysis with the U.S. Congress, and this is not true. Nowhere in the United States the speaker is removed to a raw force or beyond closed-door political establishment. In no way there is a motion that will vacate.
Hello?
No way a motion will be done publicly on the basis of backdoor decision that is illegitimate proceeding in the U.S. So
Okay. Let's hold you there now. Let's hold you there quickly. Let me just read this story just coming in quickly before I open the lines. President Boyka suspends Director General of the Bureau of State Enterprises pending investigation. Executive Mansion, President Joseph Yuma Boyka has, with immediate effect, suspended Mr. Arthur S. Massaquoi from his duties as Director General of the Bureau of State Enterprises. This decision follows credible reports of financial administrative malpractices allegedly committed under Mr. Massaquoi's leadership. President Boyka says his action is intended to safeguard the integrity of an ongoing investigation being undertaken by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the LACC, into reported irregularities. The suspension also aims to ensure the uninterrupted and smooth functioning of the Bureau during his critical period. If in the interim, Mr. Massaquoi is directed to turn over all government properties and responsibilities to the Deputy Director for Administration, Honorable Vafli F. Tunnel, who will serve as acting Director General pending the outcome of the investigation. The President has urged Mr. Massaquoi to further cooperate with the relevant authorities and refrain from any form of unprofessional, any form of interference of the operations of the bureau. Okay, so let's leave it at that. That news just came in about how many minutes ago? I just received it. It's about 8 minutes ago. Okay, David Cody is on the line. He's the first caller. Quickly, let's try to hear from our callers. The guests will be taking notes and then they'll respond to later on. Mr. David Cody is on the line. Let's try to hear from you quickly. Mr. Cody, welcome and welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Saba, and good evening to the Honorable and to all of the panelists there. Let me start by saying this. The most dangerous people to be afraid of in any part of the world are people who do wrong and commit crime and think things are normal. Oh, yeah, such people are very dangerous. They go to bed sound. You steal and you think you have done something good, you go to bed sound. You are very dangerous. While it is true that many people join political parties on a quid pro quo basis, that is something for something, but in the case with the Honorable Colley, it's quite different. Oh yeah, people join political parties for what they can eat and what they can get. This is quid pro quo. We agree to that, but it is not always negative. Like in the case of the Honorable Colley, he's a balanced man. Go to Luffa County and see his farm. Oh yeah, he's not leaving the CDC because he's hungry and going to a Unity Party for a job. No, that's not the case. The point is, another group of people to be afraid of are those who think people should never disagree with them. Once you disagree with them or leave their political party, then you are somebody different. I just want to make this very clear. This government has done a whole lot of things, and I think I need to come to studio one day so that we can outline some of the achievements of the government. I think the Honorable Moses Colley just made it very clear from the beginning. There was a document signed between his party and the coalition, the Democratic Change, and that agreement was over, and they had to go back to where they came from. So there's no reason why people should get so angry that this man has left the party or his party has left the coalition. There was an agreement signed. Signed.
Okay, you made a point. Let's take additional calls quickly. 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. Again, 0778-460-793. That's the number to call. Let's take this call quickly. Good evening.
Good evening, Sabor, and good evening to your guests and the panelists.
Okay.
I'm Imon Rovio, and Sabor, I speak officially for the Waka Phones think tank. My name is Theophilus T. Toby II. So, Sabor, let me see that, Wanto just, came from school. His guy came from the university, so he understands theories of issues, but he's far because he does not have the credential of practical governance. So Wanto will run from one radio station to another radio station with no credential of governance, but there is issue here. Wanto won for us. In fact, Wanto is downplaying one of the key, components that has to do with political marriage or political relationship. In a coalition, if you disrespect any member of that coalition, you are doing, you kill in that particular coalition. So Wanto does not understand that. The former lawmaker in studio is clearly telling you one of the many reasons why they left from the coalition is because of disrespect. So Wanto, if you and your wife in your home and your wife consistently disrespects you, you will not be with her in relation. You will not want to be with her. You will want to divorce her. So why are you downplaying what he said?
Okay, you made a point. You made a point. We have to take additional calls. We can keep you on the line for long. You make a point. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening, Saba.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Sayon calling from Hotel Africa.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, my man. Mr. Moses, how you doing, sir?
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, but Moses, you got patience to argue with that guy. You got patience to argue with the guy. You already making the thing clear. We're listening to you. You are not a hungry man. You don't know me, but I know you. I know all the good you can do. So my district, people here helping will call you. You can come there. Somebody sick will call you, come there. And they're exactly leaving the party why you let the party fall. You are making it very clear. We're listening to you. Then you can't listen to that man. People who just looking for it for their belly. Don't do that, Honorable Moses. We know you. We know your record.
Okay.
We know you very well.
Okay. Many thanks. Many thanks. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Robert Sua calling from a second community.
Okay.
I think the issue of CDC is a grassroots party. Those people who live in the CDC, they are living in the CDC to tell themselves, because we see all the time that the everyday speaker, he has gathered wealth. He is a multi-millionaire. I think he needs to protect all what he has, and what you see, he always likes the land with his ruling party. But the CDC is a grassroots party. But most they can leave the CDC. The CDC is a party that's made by ordinary people, not by that people who seeking job. They come on the radio, they don't have anything that are good politicians. Like when they speak, job they speak, they guys and look.
Okay, you made the point already. Let's get another call on the line. Good evening.
Good evening, Saba.
Yes, sir.
This is Uncle Martin, and I call you from my resident pipeline.
Okay.
You see, I told people all of the time that CDC is the party that if you with them, you're the best. But when you try to exit CDC party, you become the worst person. This man, they are not in the interest of CDC. One to them, they are not in the interest of CDC. Because if in the interest of the party, when senior member of the party leaving, man like Thomas Fala, 2005, you did not get vote in Lofa. 2017, nothing. 2023, through the effort of those people, Moses Colley, or Moses Colley Sarah, or Thomas Fala, you were able to battle with unity parties. You got those type of vote. Then today, they are leaving the party. You sitting down, you acting like you happy. You're supposed to be crying. But this is what happened in our country in Liberia.
Okay.
They wanted to sit down there. They're killing themselves. You are young man, killing your future. Then you sit down and say, let them go. They're seeking for a job. Moses Colley giving people a job. Then you say he's seeking for a job.
But he doesn't know how many person are employed.
Okay, let's take another call on the line quickly. 0778-460-793. Good evening. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm Emmanuel Olinkoba calling from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Okay.
Yes, I want to ask the calling in studio. When? What time?
That was bad.
He's
That was bad.
Hello?
Did he realize?
Okay.
Hello? Are you getting
Yes,
me?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm asking the time, the date, the hour, the minute, the second that Honorable Colley realized that all the flaws were in the CDC and before leaving when he served on the CDC ticket to compete in 2023. Why didn't he have problem with that and leave the CDC at that time? But after the loose election, that's when he wants to vilify the CDC. Why didn't he stay in the CDC and fight for reform as vice chair of the governing council? Why didn't he call meeting when the chairman did not call meeting?
Yeah, governing
All of
council
these
again.
things we need to answer them before we can move forward.
Okay. Many thanks. Let's get another call on the line quickly. 0778-460-793. That's the number to call, and you are live. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Joseph N. Gui. Our quality is a song of your friend and one of your strong supporters of the from we song calling for Cowell.
Oh my God.
I'm so happy to hear from the honorable man tonight. You see, something going to be tracked in the country because the manner we honorable is speaking is clear that he's not in support of any government going down. Because if any government fails, it means that broad fails. So by his support the CDC in the past, based on the agreement they have, that means that he cannot disagree with them. Because because CDC are noted for that. Once you don't agree with them and try to see another trend, it means you are a beggar. So those are saying that, you know, you want to join, you want to go to Unity Party to support the woman because of, you know, XYZ. They go to Lofa County and go to a town called Kangostan, every Saturday, you see a farm everywhere. But we should talk more and more.
Okay. Many thanks, many thanks. I take another call on the line quickly. 07784600793. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling from quickly?
And good evening to your guest. I'm Daniel Dagoen. This evening, I'm phoning from Zone 2 of Nima County this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would like to appreciate you and your guest for this show tonight. But as I learned from Mr. Cody in studio, Honorable Cody, like I'm trying to think about the future of our country, right? Because what we are saying from Mr. Cody and other people is like bro, we are heading, our democracy is heading in a trouble land, a serious trouble land. That's where our democracy is heading. Very soon we'll be voting for people who are not even qualified, but because they are from our trouble land, or because we have the numbers, for example, country the Nima that have the numbers, that's how we'll be determining the next president, the next representative or senator for our country. Because what we are saying from Mr. Cody is that you spent all that, you knew at that time, right? Or when you were with the CDC, you knew at that time when the governing council was not a governing council anymore. But you sat down there and said nothing. You said under Vice President George Weah, but at this time we are seeing you making a decision because he said that President Bwaka is a local president, or he's here from local country. So which means you are tendering your support to the United Party government.
Okay.
So I think that we should think, Mr. Cody and others should try to think for our next generation because they have lived their future already. With the youth thinking in that direction.
Okay.
Taking our country now.
Okay, many thanks. You made your point already. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. This is Pascal David. Let me say
Pascal.
the question is, what about people living?
Pascal, you are very low. You have to be audible, please.
Am I okay now?
Yes, okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, it's okay, Sabah. Thank you. So again, let me say hello to Wonto. Look, Sabah, certain people have to live your life before progress and be. For us, we are with CDC, not because of it. We can have people living. I mean, we were all here when the late Geraldine left our party. Eugene Nasser left our party. Rosolo left the party. When I've been 2017. So you want overwhelming.
Who made
People
you?
that are living, I don't want to refer to them as golden sheep. But look, that the factual is motivating us. Because we believe without them, the CDC will be gone. 2029, versus of the
Okay. Let's get another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, my name is Igor S. Keto calling from Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got to appreciate my nephew. Yeah.
Who your nephew?
Everything he has said, I really appreciate it. I get there in Ibonama. If you go in the market, if you marry no, you're not able to buy anything. So I gave him big sense for him to support the party.
Okay. So, okay, all from Lofa. Okay. I think I come and declare my membership too. Okay, so let's hear from the other caller. Why you laugh, George?
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Let me say hello to my father, Honorable Moses Colley, from my workplace.
Okay.
Honorable Colley is one of the astute father that I've known.
But you didn't say where you calling from and your name.
Sorry. I call from the state of Maryland.
Okay.
USA.
Okay, let's hear from
And
you.
I've worked with Mr. Colley numerous times, and I mean it's saddening that one don't understand the politics of the CDC. One is a young man coming up, he doesn't understand Liberian politics. people that Moses Cody have been in the trenches and have been through the vanguards. He has seen a lot. So it's unfortunate for him from Wonto to sit on the same partner as Moses Cody. He should be drinking from his fountain instead of arguing with him and calling him arrogance. I think it's disappointing. But for the good of the show, I appreciate that Honorable Cody has given a lot of clarity. And I just want to say thank you for having me on this program.
Okay, thank you too for calling. We really appreciate it. 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. Let's take additional calls 0778 460 793. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Johnson. I call from Cinco.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, let me say hi to Honorable colleague. But you know, Sabo, I got one issue with the rescue children. The only time you can be patriotic in the country when you support the rescue mission. When you criticize the government, then you are not patriotic. I know the time they were in opposition, when they used to be criticizing, cursing President Weah. They were patriotic at that time. When they were praying for sanctions to come on the government and all the worst thing they say about that government, they were patriotic. But today, when people criticize the administration, they are not patriotic. The only way you can be patriotic to the country until you praise the government. Look, my brother, CDC is a party. No opposition party can compare themselves with the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change. That's the biggest opposition party in this country. Whether you like it, you like it. That's the biggest opposition.
Okay, you made your point. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening, Sabah George.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to your fellow partners. This is Kwewu William Covey, I joined this conversation from this topic. Well, let me appreciate all of you for the very 30 points. You know, I think the question about, the president suspending people and without actions taken, I think all the parents now we need to start calling upon Alexandra Zoe. What is she doing in that position? And I don't think that she wants to think that this is the CDC government because she was replaced by Edwin Clark Martin. She was replaced with Edwin Clark Martin from that position.
But hello. We are not talking about the suspension of the suspension just effected by the president. We are not talking about any suspension on the program. We got a guest who've been discussing why some hardcore members and supporters of the CDC are defecting, exiting. That's what we're discussing tonight.
Yeah, so I'm also coming to why officials of CDC also exiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also coming to that. So look, I think it is just clear that these officials who are leaving the CDC due to the political study that they have done within this country, and they know that the mistake that the Unity Party made in 2017 by bringing a division among themselves that led to the accidental win of the CDC over this country. That's not going to happen. The Unity Party now is united. So CDC officials, people who smartly know that politics like Tomo Fada who are being elected into the house, they're almost 4 times now. So that means now small potato in Liberian politics. He understand the dynamics of the Liberian politics. He knows they are the mover and shaker right in the politics. So he knows that the CDC is no longer going to come back to power in this country. Anytime, yes, maybe you'll be in our next generation.
Okay.
Right? But it's not going to happen. So they are very smart. And now I think they need to position themselves in as much as they want themselves to be recognized in the body politics of this country. They need to position themselves into a political party or align with a party that their name will ring. Like now in Lofa County, well, who CDC get out of Arrowhead? Nobody. In Nima, who they have there as Arrowhead? Nobody. In Bon County, who there? Nobody. So these are the both rich counties that CDC has lost all top officials from. People want to denigrate Tomo Fada today. The vocational institutions that you get at your party headquarters, it was Tomo Fada who completed that particular building. Today he's sending it back from the CDC, and you have to put a car with just be talking, right? You can spend money.
Okay, you made your point. Let's get another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mani Ali Padikoma me picking family and koi when run a car with you.
Let's hear from
about the message tension here, message tension. The former representative of body. And the message tension my brother 1 to tier 1 to. Tier 1 to is one young man You see anything good in the government, and we encourage them. The other day I told him, everyone see some good thing that the government had done. Then you come myself will tell him and carry around to tell him some of the good things that the government had done. But when I hear people saying, "Oh, the people living in the CDC join the Unity Party, they are better driven." Hey, let me say this: 2017 when Unity Party lost the election, the 3 representatives that came from Sano County, all of them came from the angle of the Unity Party. The late Nangwe Slaw, the Matthew Zaza, the Christian Donkey, all they came from the Unity Party. You know what they say? They say our people say we should support our son. Our son. So you want now the people should follow our own son, while they follow the man, they are not wanting for the man to win the election. We that forget man, we take our point ourselves. We campaign, we brought President Baka to power. Now bringing President Baka to power. You still want Loviemo get together and follow the old man. Why you want Loviemo get together and follow the old man when the people from the southeast, they did not follow our own son. So more than what call it, you go by and encourage your people, all of them, you get together. You're getting old men all the support because when the old men feel God for pay, someone will take a chunk set on the sea because one effort of winning.
Okay, many thanks. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Okay, this caller is not there. Okay, let's take him quickly. Good evening.
Mr. Josh.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, and good evening to the area.
Okay, let's hear from you.
And I join you from the 15 residents. Mr. George, it's just laughable because many times we young people, we just speak because we want him to speak. Wanto is a young man who just on school and doesn't understand the in total and out total of liberal politics. You cannot look at his bill and say he's taking for job. That is just laughable. These are people who don't take politics. If you see people like Moses and other officials living in the city, that should be a worry. Because the person promoting Wanto himself cannot even put 1.0 and 0.1% of the vote that people accrue for the CDC. That is completed out of the discussion. So Wanto needs to go back and see how best he can amalgamate forces to see how best they can bring back these people back. In absence of it, trust me, Wanto will be living on Pluto because as that trust, most people trust me tonight that CDC can never come back to state power because the person promoting Unity Party now have the resources. They were not sitting on resources and they used it to remove it from state power. Now with the strategy and the propaganda that is the Unity Party got right now, sitting on state resources, where are you coming from today to tell us people that the CDC is coming in a blue color to reclaim state power? We might be late on Pluto before
Okay. Okay, you made your point. You made your point. So let's get another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prince Peter's name. Calling from.
We'll take 5 more calls and then we'll wrap it up. Yes, good evening.
Yeah,
Quickly.
today, I hear our United Party brother said of looking too much father today because he gave support to the United Party, the MTM machine, the best criminal in the country. Because I remember in 2020, the customer father all said about me, bringing customer father in Tehran, they said all about him about him. But today they are celebrating him. Thank you, my brother. This is like love for all. Thank you.
Okay. Let's take another caller quickly. On the line. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm okay. Let's hear from you.
This is Mohammed. I'm calling from Jakarta.
Okay, let's hear from you quickly.
You see, when Moses Koli, the reason why they're going behind Joseph Boakai because of job. And Koli, the own people rejected him in salary test with local country. So everyone you not support your we are good to Boakai. From now, we will still come back. You will see when John Wia come back, they see Moses Koli will come back to support George Weah. You see that reason why I want like being politician, they can go inform. They move for in power whether they get broke. Because when they in power, they don't focus on the people, they can put their money in use. So now they lose power, they all person can in power, they're behind the person. They make campaign at 2023. John Weah lose the election. In the history, they defeated him. Now he going behind Joe Boakai because of jobs, one appointment. So let him go. See this in a party that we're not looking for people to come and support us. CDC, the masses party.
Okay. Okay, let's take another call up quickly. You made your point already. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
I'm Daniel and I'm calling from Valencia, Spain this evening.
Okay.
I want to just say this to my brother the people have that the poor people have that saying, you sit on the old mat to apply the new mat. And looking at the brain of our elder institute right now, over 12 years of experience from the House of Representatives, I believe that with all your schooling, just the experience, you understand government money either. So sitting on that old mat to apply your new mat, I didn't expect you to come on this show tonight to come and put up an argument. I expected you to come on this show tonight to come and learn from what? To sit on that old mat, look at the old experience, so they can be able to apply the new mat with different stuff.
To learn from what?
To learn from the old experience to apply a new mat.
What experience? What experience?
The way you're gonna be. I'm telling you.
Don't waste our time for that, man.
Okay, we'll go over there quickly. Let's get a look on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, let's hear from you quickly.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Kumagi, calling from Konya again.
Oh, okay.
Konya.
Yeah, so thank you for the program. Also, I want to tell you thank you and tell also the honorable man, the officer, to say thank you for what you have said. The service is clear to me because I believe that he was in government, that is your power, before CDC was there to be in government, so for their government to run. We were there before, and he took power. He supported. He gave a higher support until they won. Now we have come out now to see that yes, we have to support this government. Look, we are beginning to understand that the real is for development. It's not just to just back somebody because you were getting $10 from over there on this side, or this amount from this side. No. But we really need support and also to help the nation of Liberia for development. So I just want to tell him thank you. Thank you for also his service he has made. I'm finished with him. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's take the last call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Yes, the honorable man is not fair to us in the country. Because if the honorable man can't tell that the government will not do best to Laben people, he was there for 6 years. He was telling Laben people, but now
The cabinet minister, labor minister for that. Very interesting.
to the Laben people, and they're not doing well to us.
Okay, many thanks. We are not taking additional calls. Let's hear from Mr. Colley quickly, your response and parting comment, because we will have to go now. Our time has cut off us. Let's hear from you, sir.
So let me just register my disappointment this evening. And I have the flyer here that you put out there. You did not tell us that Wento was a panelist.
Okay.
I was never gonna appear here.
Okay.
Let me say this. Wento has a master. My daughter has a master. My daughter is older than him. So for someone to come, on a platform to, disrespect, maybe he doesn't know me. I employ people right now. They are in my employ that spend more than $4,000 on payroll. Okay. I got a raw fund, I got palm fund, I got event hall, I got my black factory. Maybe he doesn't know me. Before going to politics, I'd be a tax collector in this country. That means a researcher. Let me go research about Moses Colley. Maybe he doesn't know me. I asked a simple question that he did not answer. What do you know about the coalition? What about the coalition? So when leaders are speaking and kids come and want to, disrespect, if you are to Agapo, if you sober, because I told you, I saw Mr. Sandy, I saw Mr. Kennedy, and you the host. I didn't see Mr. Wento to be panelist.
So Wento is a discussant.
Well, but I think he should be a caller that to be a discussant. But let me just say this.
Yes.
So when you conduct a survey, you conduct a survey where people call, to analyze, your decision. Tonight, you got 20 callers, and we got 70%
from the 20 callers.
Yes, 20 callers and says disagree with us. That's the beauty of democracy.
Okay.
There's no way that everybody will agree with you. But let me say this, and mark this. Today is what, June 1?
The 25th.
June 25th. You are a journalist. I'm on this platform. And you say we are job seeker? You heard the numbers. You want the election 205. You want the election 2011. You didn't succeed. We came on board. We provided guidance. You succeeded, you say with nothing. Let it go 2029. Let it go 2029.
Are you threatening them now?
I'm not threatening them. I'm telling you that they will not succeed without, some of us be around. Because we know the kind of system we put in place. We are organized. We are national leaders. We are national leaders. We are not mere followers. That's why we have our own political institution. It's like you left your father's house. You didn't go to a friend. You build your own house. And you and your family in there. That people want to disrespect you. We stand by our decision. And I can assure you, anyone who will reach for an administration to fail only because you want to come after. No, it's a mistake.
Okay.
It's a mistake. We have analyzed the issues, and I think the Biden administration will succeed from what we have analyzed. We're not going to go into research and read and come and get statistics, this, that. That's not us. Okay? Thank you for the platform. And we stand by what we say. And in 2029, the LPDP will be one of the institutions that will be seeking political power. Thank you.
Or not from the alliance with the Unity Party?
Look, let me say this. There's no way, and that's why we speak authoritatively, besides the National Patriotic Party. Since the introduction of multi-party democracy, it is only the NPP through Charles Tida that won as a single party.
Okay.
And he won on a 4-1 ballot with 76% plus. And since then, Madam Selig could not succeed. In 2005, Madam Selig had to collaborate with Dada Kotu from Nimba.
Okay.
His party, Dada Kotu. And other parties came on. That's how she won the second round. Now, in the 2017, if the NPP, the LPDP, and the Congress had not come together, the Congress was not going to gain the presidency. In the 2023, if the UP had not collaborated with the alliances, they were never going to win. So it is clear that no one party can easily win an election in this country. So there will be like-minded parties that will come together, and we are open for that. Not only the UP, they have like-minded political parties in the country. Right now, the NPP, the National Patriotic Party, and the LPDP, we are working together strongly, and in the final end, we will make sure that we transform that into a coalition in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our fourth partner, the National Patriotic Party.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let me get a parting comment of my.
But you know what? Allow my nephew to talk. Only because he's my nephew. That was wrong.
Your nephew didn't want to ask me.
You said the next panel, you know, allow you to talk.
Moses. Okay, Tia, let me start with Tia. Quickly, in just a few seconds.
Great. Thank you for your inquiry. Again, a lot of time when I have this conversation, it always gets on a place of privilege. I respect the honorable lawmaker or the senator.
You didn't respect me.
But no,
you didn't respect me.
I asked some questions.
You didn't respect me. You're my son. You didn't respect me.
No, let me
Now,
the reality.
now with the question you respected me and left.
I ask you tough questions. If I read online and I said and I saw that Senator Colley said that he's hesitating the CDC to support President Barker so that LOFA can be great, that's a tribalistic, decision.
I said Liberia, read
It's
it.
tribalistic. That's the
I
context.
said Liberia also.
Okay.
I get change.
Okay, so
The second thing is I also the second
Already
in my closing, the second thing is I also question some of the analysis on pragmatic governance outcome. And these were things driven by fact. So again, your senator, it's not a point of privilege to be on this platform to have a conversation. We've had conversation with world leaders around the world, presidents around the world, even at Oxford. So it's not a point of privilege. I just want to make that point. It's not a point of
Okay,
privilege.
so
I don't want you to leave this space thinking it was a point of privilege. It's not a point of privilege. So I don't want that perception to be that. It can never be the point of privilege.
Moses,
So
Moses,
yeah, I
let's hear from
respect the
you.
decision, and thank you for the opportunity to be
Okay.
able to speak on specifically on the issue. Thank you.
Okay, Moses, let's hear from you, and then we'll come to Judge Kennedy.
Well, you deny me whole day from speaking.
I would like to express gratitude to Mr. Colley for coming.
Thank you.
He defended his position, but I'm sure one thing that Mr. Colley and every one of us on this discussion, including Mr. Wanto, one thing we can agree on in Liberia when we say politics, we don't campaign or we don't support people on the basis of ideas. It's either about tribalism, friendship, political connection, and self-interest. That's how Liberian politics is driven. From my days in the media, as I age, I have consistently seen this. People will stand with you today, tomorrow. When things change around, when they are in survival mode, they shift position. Tomorrow they go to Sober George. When Sober is up, everybody, support Sober. You know what happened with the NPP. Everybody rally around the NPP. When Taylor, faded, everybody ran to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Today, everybody running to Joseph Walker. Yesterday, it was John Weir. And the very Mr. Colley who was here, who currently talking to, he supported everything of Mr. Weir. 2023, he's still with me. He was a strong supporter. The very things he complaining about today, he never talk about that. You see, that's the double standard of the Liberian politics. And Honorable, with all respect to you, our people don't support people on the basis of what they believe in. It's about, personal ego. I would like
So,
to
Mr.
say
Sunday, I want to ask you one question, please. Can you please allow me to ask you one question?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead,
Thank
sir.
you. So, we are all family people, and I guess you have a very beautiful family, nice family. So, if you have some disagreement in-house, and you are hoping that you can, settle down with your beautiful wife in-house, that. When that crisis begin, will you be going all over announcing the community, telling people all over this? Will you not try to face that in-house? If it doesn't hold, you say, well, I don't want problem. Let me exit and live my happy life. Will you not do that?
Obviously, I will. But Honorable, 6 years, it means a lot.
Yes.
And let me make this self-disclosure to you. Besides being a journalist, I'm a clinical social worker. I sit and talk to people on psychological issues, marriage and families and stuff like that. And when people come to see me, I always tell them, when you have a problem, do not suppress your emotion. You got to let it out. You got to talk about it. Raise the concern.
Moses, please, can I adjust the camera? Yeah. Moses, can I adjust the camera, please? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do you see me now?
I think, yeah, but I think you already ended, Moses.
Yeah,
Time
so
that-
for now,
time is
just
now.
saying that.
Okay.
So just
Thank you,
saying
yeah.
that it's good to talk about the issue. It's good to talk about
Yeah,
the issue.
yeah.
Don't suppress the emotion. Thank you.
Okay, George, let's hear from you quickly.
Thank you.
George, for
Sabo.
That was unfair.
That's what I was introducing our uncle, but it's okay.
How you can be Twitter, yeah?
Your own
No,
man
no,
didn't
no,
want
no,
the-
no.
the- but they didn't want you to.
I actually
he didn't want
chose-
to interview you.
Yeah, I actually chose to remain silent
you mentioned
tonight
your uncle,
because of I issued an addendum that it's
Yeah,
my
sure,
uncle,
so
so
you-
I had to play things a little bit low. I
Full
think,
disclosure in there.
yeah, I think what I would say here is from Honorable Collins' position and many others, including Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler and others, the government shouldn't be complacent with them pledging their support to work with them. I think the government should be forceful in doing the right thing for the Liberian people. I think that's why it's drawing them closer.
Okay.
If the government becomes complacent, they are going to go back to where they came from. It will be a contentious election in 2029.
Okay.
So the next thing is that the LACC, most of the decisions the government taking in the anti-graft decision the president is taking, most of those cases are subject to investigation and they go to LACC. The time you are taking to look at these cases matters, because I'm looking at my co-panelists reference that cases here, people are just being suspended with nothing. So these cases, they are before the LACC.
We'll talk about that, George.
So we want the LACC.
We'll treat that as another topic on Friday. We'll talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so some of those who don't have.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me just reference to some of our viewers. Ophelia S. George been watching from home. Samuel Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. been watching. He didn't say from where. Kenneth Briswell been watching. Didn't say from where. From where. Henry T. Toll Jr. from Caldwell been watching. Moses Momolu from the USA. Daniel Dan Crayon didn't say from where. Nathaniel S. Colley from Zozo City, Lofa County. Koyon Hezil from home. He's been watching. Roberto Richard from Louisville. Also, Hilton Wulajeru from Greenville City, Sano County. Prince one two didn't say from where. James Neal didn't say from where. Well, let me thank my guests, my key guest, Chief Moses Colley, one class band discussant. You know, that's the beauty of this show. This show is not basically the one that is one-sided. You listen to other shows in the night, just one-sided show. It's not. This show is where you find the heat coming up every night. So we have to do this to maintain our flavor. Well, thanks to you very much, Mr.
Thank
Colley.
you.
Chief
I appreciate
Colley.
it. I appreciate
And
it.
I hope to see you on the ballot on the 2029. I hope to vote for you. And George Kennedy. Moses Sadi, thank you too for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
on
you.
behalf of our
Thank you.
producers,
Thank you.
Sabo
Thank you
George,
so much.
Nima,
All right. All right.